Austin City Council decided voters are going to make the ultimate decision on ride-sharing rules in the city.
Around 11 o'clock last night, council voted down Uber and Lyft's petition that did not require fingerprint background checks. So Kate Whitehouse live for us over at City Hall with the overnight details. Big development.
Yeah, it sure is. You know, in May, voters are going to be deciding between two different ordinances. One, the city's ordinance, which would require all drivers for ride-sharing companies to undergo those fingerprint background checks, or the petition ordinance, which is what the Uber and Lyft companies created, which would just allow them to continue doing what they're doing now and just conduct their own background checks. Well, Mayor Steve Adler spent a good deal of time this past week trying to come up with a compromise. His goal was to avoid a costly election, have council vote in favor of Uber and Lyft's ordinance, but with an understanding that drivers could voluntarily undergo fingerprint background checks and then receive incentives like additional revenue and access to more pickup locations. But Uber said they did not even want voluntary fingerprint background checks. So last night, council members Sherry Gallo and Ellen Troxclair voted in favor of the petition ordinance, and Don Zimmerman abstained. Uber put out a statement after the vote saying tens of thousands of people have made it clear that they want to keep ride sharing in Austin. Tonight, council missed an opportunity. Lyft said in part, we look forward to continued collaboration with a diverse array of groups dedicated to keeping ride sharing as a safe and affordable option in Austin. And keeping ride sharing in Austin really is kind of the ultimate decision voters are going to have, because Uber said that if the city does require their drivers to undergo mandatory fingerprint background checks, they will be leaving the city. So what's going to happen next? City Council is going to be meeting now next week to come up with the exact ballot language that you are going to be voting on come May 7th. This election is going to cost the city somewhere between $500,000 and $900,000.
Wow.
For now, we're live at Austin City Hall. Kate Whitehouse, KXAN News.
An expensive election, but we will see what happens. Uber, by the way, says it is willing to pay more than $28 million over 2 class action lawsuits. The company is accused of misleading customers. The lawsuits claim Uber charged users a fee for what it calls industry-leading background checks on drivers. But the lawsuit claims the company does not do the fingerprint checks required for taxi drivers. Here's a sample of the fee an Austin driver was charged, $1.30. Okay, it's labeled a safe ride fee. The fee is different across the country. Under the settlement, Uber would rename its safe ride fee as a booking fee. The settlement is still pending approval. Uber users were charged the fee from 2013 all the way up until January.